I was an English major at Brown, but to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the English department, and here are the main three reasons why. Number one is that they approved my concentration. They said, yes, this is good, you're all set to go, those are good courses. And then I got an email from the head of the department saying, actually, just kidding, go take more theory, which is like not what I was here to study, and also not what was in the course plan that had been approved by the department. And then this threw a wrench in my senior year because I had to throw in another course I didn't want to take during my senior year instead of a course that I was really looking forward to. The second reason I find the English department kind of frustrating is that it's the only department I know of at Brown where if you want to write a thesis, you might not be able to. I really wanted to do a thesis. A bunch of my friends had their departments like begging them to do a thesis project. I was like, I want to do one, here's my pitch, I already started working on it, I think it'd be really exciting for XYZ. Nope, wasn't allowed, they have a cap. And like, it's the only department where that's the case that I know of. And then the third reason is that I find it a little bit pretentious, maybe is the word. And like, pretentious isn't even the right word. I'm not sure what the word is, which is ironic because I was an English major. But it does feel like the orientation of the department is specifically on like literature and like scholarship as opposed to like creativity and writing. There is a nonfiction track within the English department, but even if you go on the nonfiction writing track, it's still required that you take a lot of literature courses, and maybe you'll be like me and be forced to take even more than you said that you would take. So, honorary mention to the fact that they change your advisor like every few months because they do it alphabetically, but they switch who has what letters of the alphabet. So during my time at Brown, I think I probably had like 5 or 6 different advisors, some of whom I didn't meet with, some of whom I really loved and was upset that they weren't my advisor anymore. And so you don't really get to build those like strong relationships with an advisor the same way you would if they just let you keep your advisor. Also, this is not to say I didn't like my English classes. Some of them I didn't like, but I liked a lot of them, especially my nonfiction writing classes. I had some wonderful, incredible professors and some really wonderful, incredible classes. In fact, my favorite class at Brown was satire and humor writing, which is in the English department, but it's like the department bureaucracy that really bothers me. Especially at a place like Brown that's so much about like carving out your own education and, you know, being the architect of your own education. I just feel like that spirit is not reflected by the English department.